Welcome to Momentum Monday. Today is November 10th, 2024. Howard, are you surprised by the market reaction after the elections?
I think no. I mean, people said it would ramp, crypto, it's going to be a crypto presidency and so no, I mean, I think most people were surprised, obviously, because they thought it would be a close race, and I think the market priced a lot of that in, but was not as nervous as it should have been. So we were either in for a big shock one way or the other. And I think the market kind of guessed it right. And it's pretty big win for the Republicans. And I think people feel bullish about no regulation, different form of techno crony capitalism. What you would thought would happen, if Musk wins, the stock goes up, Tesla went up. So, so congrats to the people that feel that they got what they wanted. If I think we've been talking for a while, it's been a shitstorm for the Bears, and here we are. I mean, I don't think I've been long, but never I'm never super long. But how did you for a swing trader? How did it affect you?
I mean, coming into the elections, I was high cash, and obviously after that big gap, I just started buying. Obviously, when you see the market reaction being so positive and everything gapping up on huge volume, I found a way to get involved. And I bought some tech, I bought some small caps, I bought some biotech. Obviously, Tesla and Coinbase are now the two big momentum stocks for the rest of the year that will be in play in the next couple months. So dips there probably get bought. So I traded some of those. So yeah, I mean,
I think you can add Hood. I think you can add again as a proxy, right? I've been
so
talking
many,
about
yeah, so
it.
many. I mean,
Um,
obviously, small caps get a
yeah, I
huge
think
gap.
small caps are very interesting. If you look, I've been long Goldman. If you look at Goldman, you can just see, again, I'm not buying it up here, but I think I've been, as you know, been sharing that idea here. And they are going to crush it, even without the Republican sweep, because the commodity boom, they've cleaned up their focus on tech and just focus on being Goldman Sachs. And sorry, my I'm late checking out to my room. They're trying to get me out of here. So keep going. I may have to
So
answer
I
the
just
door.
wanted to show you something like
Yeah,
Argentina
yeah.
had also presidential elections like about a year ago, and a surprising guy won, and we had that huge gap here uh, right after the elections, and after that, their entire stock market continued to trend for the next year. So it would not be unusual or impossible to see something similar in the US. Like after this huge gap that we saw in Argentina and now we saw in the US, we might see something similar despite the fact that the S&P is already having a great year. It's already
Okay.
had a great 2023 as well, but it's not out of the question, at least for the
Yeah.
next 6 to 9
Okay.
months. So obviously, this is why I'm long and I'm looking, to get more exposure on the long side because I'm not going to fight the tape no matter what. If the market wants to go higher, I'm going to be long. I'm going to be long.
You have
So,
that ability. I think people are going to struggle that weren't in, not my problem, but you do have to just pick your spots. Like, you don't want to
always,
chase
yeah,
you don't
you
want to
have to
chase the
always
worst
manage
stock in the
risk. Yeah.
market. So you still want to focus on where the strength is. I mean, Argentina's a little different in that it's a smaller country and it's
Yeah,
commodity
obviously. I mean,
commodity
I'm
driven. But
saying
no,
that
it's interesting for sure.
sometime a presidential
Um,
election
because
could be a huge
you look
threat
at
on earnings.
Melly got a wipeout the other day. So it's not.
Yeah,
Uh,
pull back to its 200 day, still in an uptrend. So those pull back to the 200 have historically been good buying opportunities as long as it keeps closing above it. for metal.
Right. Right. No, 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 no. I'm saying like these could be opportunities. You just the market's going to give you opportunities, but like I said, there's just so many people desperate to get in. You have again, I'm my inclination as I've written here is to panic first. So like I'm a seller when everybody's a buyer, but I'm not rushing to sell. Like I look at Netflix and it's yes, it just broke out, but you got to remember where it came from and the valuations of these companies. So you want to repurpose, for me, I'll sell some of that and repurpose into indexes. A lot of the stuff I do is in retirement accounts. So I don't have to worry about like the taxes. But again, I think there's opportunities here to repurpose into areas that are just getting going, like financials. Like if you look at the financials, they're just breaking out. Small caps
And so are
just,
biotech, as the market
yeah,
is expecting
biotech, right?
deregulation.
So I
Yeah.
think you can repurpose stuff that worked and now repurpose into some new themes that are just breaking out. The transportations just broke out. Um, I think they did. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can repurpose into some fresher ideas and still catch the general trend. Wow, they even the
Everything's
airline.
going up. We see airlines going up alongside energy stocks. Mhm.
Yeah. And obviously
So
crypto, Solana's breaking
yeah,
out.
anything
It's
crypto, yeah,
the
super hot.
measure moved here in the degenerate economy. It is, if we pull up, I don't know if you can pull up Solana, but
I mean, I can pull it up and but just on a different platform. Just
it
give
hit
me a
215 today. So it's basically
just
weekly,
1 second.
all-time closing highs. And it's a big position of mine through funds. And
Okay, let's see. Let's open
if
Solana.
we're in a degenerate economy, the poster child for that is both Dogecoin, which is
All
a
right,
meme
here's
coin.
Solana,
Oh, nice.
and
Can we go? Yeah, so you can see what's happening here, right? This is probably my favorite idea. Now, again, I'm already, as we talked about this in the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s. So it's like, it's all relative. But in a world where you have Bitcoin, Solana, and ETH, and Solana's the poster child for everything that, wow, look at Bitcoin.
yeah,
Um, and ETH is playing catch up, but it's more the institutional product. Um, you these things look just phenomenal. Now, Doji is a poster child of meme coins. And I mean, that is just massive. 43 million wallets. At Starktoberfest, Nikki was explaining that, it's hard for these things to go to zero when they're in 43 million wallets. So what I try and explain to people about Dogecoin, it's like all the change that's in everybody's car on the carpet or in the panels. Um, no one's rounding it up. So even though there's a supply problem probably in Dogecoin, the fact is when 43 million wallets, it's a tradable meme coin because, most of the supply is that people forget they own it. Um,
yeah.
so
It's
in a
it's an
way,
Elon Musk trait as well, Dogecoin. Since I think he's
yeah,
on
no,
the
but
board
it's
of
like I
that.
said,
Yeah.
it's your change purse of the internet, and Solana's kind of the on-ramp to your change purse. So everything's work. I'm trying to think what's not working.
I mean,
Um,
what's not working is solar. Solar, what has been selling off, and it sold
oh my
off
goodness.
right after the election. And the other thing was
Yeah. The one idea I like is
cannabis.
XLE
Those
because above
those are the two.
95. So I'm looking at XLE, which is energy. Above
Yeah,
95, that could be an
yeah. It's
interesting
setting up. It's setting up. Yeah.
setting up. So that's one that I own a little bit of to keep an eye on. But like I said, I'm selling out of some extended stuff over the next few weeks. I'm just going to buy some fresher breakouts as I see them. Just um the so that's it. I am trying to think what else, but yeah, it's a melt up. And in a melt up, you still have to keep your composure, right? You don't have to be chase 100% long. I tell people that Buffett's holding 350 billion in cash and no one makes fun of him. And you're a swing trader, so you gotta go to according your risk, you know.
Yeah, every trade involves a risk. This is why
Yeah.
when you buy something, you define your risk in advance and say, "Oh, I'm going to risk 0.5% of my account, or maybe 1% if you're more aggressive." and you have your stop level. And if that stop level gets hit, then you lose 1% of your account and you move on to the next one.
Yeah.
There are no symptoms.
So, so, so that's kind of my. I just think people just. I feel bad for people that are just overthinking this and they're worried about policy right now. Um, the market is going to do what the market does. It's giving you every signal the last 3 months to be in it.
I mean, you
And
have to be watching also the rates here. And luckily, they're pulling back since the last FOMC meeting. They cut another
yeah,
20, 25
TLT
basis points.
is the ones. I bought that a little bit at the end of last week, just with the stop below 90. And I think rates play. I mean, something's going to happen, or either rates. My gut is that's why I put the trade on is that rates have to start falling, or this market is way ahead of itself,
Yeah,
right? And I think keeping an eye on the 90 level for me on a weekly close or a daily close, I mean, is going to keep my eye on how hot this market is. We're going to need to see rates come down.
exactly. If rates come
Yeah.
down, then we'll see that rally in small caps and so
Yeah.
many,
We'll see the follow through,
yeah,
right? And so that's a trade that is just keeping me watching what's going on. But in the meantime, that small cap and rate, everything's set up that people are going to push worrying until the inauguration.
yeah.
Right? And the
Or the
party's on
market
the
might keep
inauguration.
rallying until then and then sell off after that, like
And I've had to
as it
tell
usually does.
a lot of people that were so upset by this election that as much as you may not be an Elon fan, um, and I'm not, um, I think Trump cut a deal with a different devil here in that, Elon likes to win. Obviously, he's not going to please everybody, but he doesn't suffer for fools around the executive table. He's a bully, but at the same time, he gets shit done. And I think Trump would be wise. We'll have to keep an eye on that relationship. I don't think Trump's dumb enough to fuck that relationship up. And Elon, he's not going to be able to do anything about his kids, but he'll be able to keep a lot of the riffraff. He won't suffer for the fools. So it'll be interesting. The
Maybe
Scaramucci,
all women who have an Elon's kids are gonna get a tax credit, right?
yeah, the policy stuff is hard for me because, as I tell people, you have a brain. No one's coming after you if you have a brain and you have mobility. Um, I think the hysteria uh, is not a strategy. And but anyways, kudos to the people that got long here and have stayed long. I'm pretty excited about the market, and we'll worry about what's next. The market will give you signals when it's getting tired
Yeah,
and
exactly.
sloppy. Yeah.
Exactly. It will. And
All
as
right.
of
I'm
right
headed to
now,
London. Next week we'll do it from London. But have a great week, everybody.
all
Have a
right,
good week.
thanks, Howard.
See you.